some of this is a little bit funny. What percentage of your population live on an island? For the UK and Ireland, that's 100%. 100% of British people live on an island, as well as 100% of Irish. Also Iceland as well, but there's a little bit more to this map with some interesting results. For example, I think Denmark is the most interesting part. Obviously, Denmark is, well, it's a peninsula on continental Europe, but they do have a lot of islands. Copenhagen is on a big island. Denmark is like 50% continental territory as well as 50% islands. A really strange combination, actually, if you think about it. And it gets even crazier considering the overseas territories the Danish still control, because they got more islands. So a majority of their people actually live on islands rather than just this peninsula. The next closest in Europe, 15% of Greeks live on islands. To be honest, I kind of thought that would be a larger percentage, but that's partly because this is not a giant island. This is still connected here. Considering that large chunk of landmass that looks like it's an island is not an island, 15% is still a lot. A lot of people role-playing out here as Spartans, I guess. 11% of Italians live on islands, and I'm sure the vast majority of those are coming from Sicily and Sardinia. This is a funny map too, just because, well, there's some landlocked countries where obviously none of their population live on an island. But technically, if they had a lake and there was an island on that lake, if one person lives on it, then, well, there you go. I guess that's why these numbers just say less than 1%. They're not saying an absolute zero. Kind of funny seeing the non-landlocked nations, or the coastal nations, with not over 1% living on an island. I'm sure Poland, Lithuania, Estonia, Germany, they don't have a whole lot of islands, but the Germans do. There are Germans that live in some of these islands, just not a lot at all. Don't underestimate the Dutch. They're at a strong 5%. They actually have quite a bit of islands. Spain and Portugal at 7 and 5%. They still actually have a lot of overseas territory. Forgot to mention some small places. Malta and Cyprus, both at 100%. They're islands, essentially. Look at Russia at 4%. Where?